Hello, welcome back. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I'm sharing 25 things you can declutter from your bedroom right now. And of course, these 25 items aren't going to apply to everyone, but I feel that our bedrooms are sometimes overlooked when it comes to decluttering. We just focus only on our closets. And your bedroom, you want to feel calm and collected and serene in your bedroom, get a good night's sleep. And I feel clutter can work against you in a lot of ways. So here are 25 things that you might have forgotten or overlooked when decluttering your bedroom. If you're new here, my name is Shannon and I make videos about minimalism, decluttering, and simple living. You can hit the subscribe button to join my channel, and I have a full blog post on this over at shannontorrens.com. I will link it down below as well. The first thing on my list is to declutter your side table. I personally like to keep very few things in there. I keep a flashlight for emergencies, and I always keep the book that I'm currently reading in one of the drawers. So that's one way that I like to stay clutter-free when it comes to the side table. Number two is books. I know a lot of people love to read before bed. I am one of those people, but I like to keep only the book that I am currently reading next to my bed. I don't want to have a whole bunch of books stacked up all around me. It can actually add a little bit of stress, in my opinion, because I feel like I need to rush through the book I'm currently reading to get to the next one. So if I have other books, I just put them away in my closet and I only keep what I'm currently reading. Number three is the chair. If you know what I'm talking about, a lot of people have a chair in their bedroom. And we used to have a chair in our bedroom. It was a rocking chair from when my kids were little. And then for a long time, we just kept the chair in the room, even though we weren't using it. And it collected every piece of clothing that wasn't being worn and that we didn't feel like putting away. And it collected everything that came into our room where we didn't have an idea of where it should go. It sat on the chair. So my suggestion would be to actually declutter the chair, especially if you don't use it, which is what we ended up doing. This is a personal decision, but we don't have a TV in our room. So that's something to think about. If you do have a TV in your room, it can be extremely distracting when you're trying to go to bed. So that is something that we don't have in our room. Having curtains that are way too small or way too big for your room can make it look cluttered. So I try to find curtains that fit properly and that are hung properly, because I know in a few of our rooms it looked very odd. We had the curtains hung at the wrong height, and that's something that you could think about if you even need curtains in your room as well when you're decluttering your bedroom. Declutter your shoes. So shoes are something that can just accumulate. Over time, we buy more and more. We end up keeping the old ones for just in case accidents or things that might come up, and then you end up having a lot of shoes. And that's something you could look into decluttering or organizing what you do have so they're not just all over the place. Declutter jackets. Again, sometimes we have way too many jackets that we never wear, so that's something to look into. Declutter any extra furniture that you don't really need in your room, extra dressers or small little side tables that you're not using. I found that decluttering furniture helps to make a room look way less cluttered, and sometimes we overlook getting rid of furniture. Small rugs. I want to be really clear here because I know a lot of people in previous videos had said, I can't believe you're suggesting to declutter a rug. And I'm not saying get rid of your rugs. I'm saying make sure they fit your space properly. A really small rug can just be in the way and be a tripping hazard. And you just want to make sure that your rug fits your space properly, and that will make it look less cluttered. Next on my list is lamps. So I do love lamps, but too many lamps. Again, I want to be very clear. Too many small little lamps here and there can make a space look very cluttered. So I love lamp lighting compared to overhead lighting. It's way cozier, but I just want to be clear when I say too many. Look to declutter lamps that you're no longer using, or if you have a lot of small ones. This sounds funny, but declutter the dead plants. A lot of the time I would have a plant that was almost dead and I would just hang on to it. So getting rid of those plants that are on their way out is a great thing to declutter. Look for unnecessary furniture. I know one of the styles is to have one of those little seats at the end of your bed. We don't have one of those. I love the way they look, but it can add a lot of extra clutter to a room, especially if your room is small like ours. To add an extra little piece of furniture that you're not using can clutter up your room. Framed photos are a good thing to go through and declutter, especially when you have too many. I have a little landing right outside of my bedroom here, and I know we have a lot over there. And that's something that I've been meaning to go through, but that's something to remember is too many framed photos can look very cluttered. Don't forget to look at your walls and declutter things that are no longer making you happy, old paintings or things that just aren't your style anymore. Too many pillows. I have a whole video on what we stopped doing, and one thing I stopped doing was dealing with throw pillows. I ended up keeping 2 that are for our living room, and then we don't have any here except for this body pillow, which I use at night. So again, go through and just maybe if you don't want to get rid of all of your decorative pillows, just downsize to less. And believe me when I say this will add some extra time to your life because you're no longer dealing with taking the pillows off at night and putting them on in the morning. Racks of clothes can be decluttered from your room. I know sometimes when we declutter, we only declutter the clothes and we overlook maybe all the hangers and racks and things that are there. So that is something else that you could look into. Jewelry is something that a lot of us forget to declutter altogether. And I know a lot of women keep their jewelry in their bedroom. So that is something that you could go through. Underthings, that's what I'm gonna call it. Underthings. Anything that you wear under your clothes, go through it, and do you have too many? Declutter what you are no longer using. Go through your socks and declutter the socks. I tend to buy new socks and I would always forget to get rid of the old worn out socks. They would just get pushed to the back. So that's something to remember is going through your socks regularly. Anything broken, I have a rule that if I'm not gonna fix it, I don't have a plan to fix it, it is going to be decluttered immediately. Declutter under your bed. So I know a lot of us are tight when it comes to storage in our homes, but I know for me, anything that gets put under our bed never sees the light of day ever again. So go under your bed, pull it all out, and see what you can declutter. Don't forget the baskets and bins. I know sometimes we just stick a bin somewhere and we don't think about it anymore. So pull those out if you have them in your room and go through them, declutter what you don't need. Declutter all the old trends that you are no longer loving. I know sometimes we declutter the old trendy clothes that we bought that maybe wasn't for us, but we overlook maybe trendy sayings that we have on our wall or different pieces of decor in our bedroom that we bought because it was a trend and then maybe we didn't end up liking it. So that's another thing you could think about when decluttering your bedroom. Go through your blankets and declutter any of the blankets that are intended for your bed but you no longer use. Declutter your decorative shelves. If you have any floating shelves or shelving in your bedroom with books or anything else, just go through and make sure you're still wanting everything, using everything on your shelves. And I say this because shelves can become a quick clutter collector really fast, believe me, I know. Those are my 25 tips of what you can look for to declutter in your bedroom if you're having a hard time decluttering or just looking for some extra motivation. And then I also have a quick checklist that I like to go through. One thing on my checklist is to deal with laundry right away. So as soon as I wash it and dry it, I like to fold it and immediately put it away. That's just something that I like to check off my list, and it helps to keep my bedroom really organized and clean. I like to deal with clothing seasonally. I go through all my clothes and pretty much as the season changes, I like to pull out anything that I'm not going to be wearing for the current season, put it away in my drawers, and pull out any of the clothes that were stored away from the last season and hang those up. This helps two ways. It helps me to stay clutter-free, and it also helps to simplify my wardrobe so I see exactly what I want to wear and I'm not confused or thrown off by things that I'm never gonna wear because it's not the right season. And last on my checklist is I like to try to remember to clean my bedroom regularly. I think a lot of us overlook cleaning our bedroom because it's not like the kitchen. We're not in there constantly dealing with dishes and stuff like that. And so I have to remind myself that, hey, I need to go and vacuum my bedroom and wipe down the windows and that sort of thing. So that's on my checklist as well, so we can keep this room organized, clean, and fresh. I hope some of these tips were helpful, and I do have a decluttering ebook, so if you're new to decluttering or you want some extra tips, I have that linked down below. And of course, I have all of this linked in a blog post that I will also link down below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!